KindleBerry Pi.
KindleBerry Pi,
Sorry.
yeah. I was going to put that link in myself as well.
This one was somewhere. It's one of my Twitter. One of the people I follow on Twitter tweeted the link, and this is a guy who needed to go. He was on his way somewhere. He was going to be traveling for quite a while, and he didn't want to slug around, his whole plethora of tech, and he still needed something to be able to do things with. So he figured he'll pack in his Raspberry Pi, except he needs a screen for it. So he took his Kindle with, and he managed a way to jimmy the Raspberry Pi into the Kindle, and then took a keyboard and plugged that into the Raspberry Pi, which then goes into the Kindle. Of course, he details all of it, and it's in the link.
That's amazing.
You have to jailbreak your Kindle, and then you have to hook up the Kindle to the Raspberry Pi, the Kindle to the keyboard to the Pi as well. But then you have to do a little bit of extra hacking to get it to show up on the Kindle. It has to do with, I think, shell or screen sharing. Linux screen sharing.
I haven't read it, but
around there. But it's a really cool hack.
What's actually must be quite amazing is that the Kindles obviously got the e-ink display, so
it can go for weeks.
Yeah,
which is
and you can run it off batteries and stuff.
Yeah, you need very little to be able to power the Raspberry Pi as well.
Look, having said that, I've managed to flatten a 6,000 amp battery in a night. Milliampere hour battery in a night but then again, I don't know what the Kindle was doing. The Raspberry Pi. So, and it's overclocked.
Oh, and it was overclocked.
Yes.
Wow. Well, it's like I say, this is just a really cool hack. I mean, this is very much just spare parts lying around. Spare keyboard. He has a Kindle. He has a Raspberry Pi. It's kind of cheap. And it's really light.
And this is why we want people to have access to their hardware and to be able to hack with it, because you can do such awesome things with it.
Now, worth noting, the Kindle is not exactly a piece of hardware that you have access to. To be able to use it in that way, he had to jailbreak it.
No, I know, but that's in a way I'm saying, if they hadn't had to jailbreak it and they'd opened these things, how many more things like this would you have?
Yeah, it would be so much easier. Really cool hack. The whole process of how he got this done is in the link. And he does, of course, give you a warning, because jailbreaking your Kindle might brick it. So you might need a second Kindle if you get it wrong the first time.
Cool.
I don't have spare Kindles lying around.
Yeah, not yet. They're coming.
Well, you'll have some spare lying around after he's bricked them.
I wonder if I could, just get a cheap one, right? Just get the
$70 Kindle.
Yeah, exactly.
And then try and do it with that one.
Cool.